Welcome to the Gone Boss Vodcast.
At home version.
I'm your host, Matt Howe.
And I'm your host, Angie Rogers Howe. We're still at home and checking in with awesome women in our community.
This week, we're brought to you by our premier sponsor, Schaefer Leadership Academy. Learn more at schaeferleadership.com.
We're also brought to you by A-Team Concessions. Find out more about them on Facebook.
If you have a comment about the show or something you want to share with us, just call or text 765-233-2640. Again, that's 765-233-2640. We might just use it on the show. Who do we have on the show today?
Today, we have Debra Rolli, Jena, Ashby, and Krista Sides.
We're supported today by our premier sponsor, Schaefer Leadership Academy. Learn more at schaeferleadership.com. What do they have coming up?
On June 11th, from 2 to 3, they're having a free webinar.
Another freebie?
Freebie! Yes. This one is presented by James Mitchell of Minnetrista. Yes, we know him. We love James. He's awesome. Well, he's going to be talking about today's social graces.
Okay.
Yeah. James says this isn't a political statement, but maybe you're like me and have grown tired of the unprecedented times we find ourselves in, or the fact that an abundance of caution is needed in every choice you make. Maybe you like the rules and find comfort in the routine, but you're struggling with how to live and work when there aren't as many guardrails or familiarity when it comes to how you do it. Are you looking for an adultier adult to give you direction or help lead you along the way? This session may or may not be for you. In this hybrid session, James will provide some content and then a chance to chat with each other to provide a new guidebook to help us navigate these new times we're in. We'll do that through practicing social graces online as we work from home. We'll learn how to chart a new course as we return to work, reflecting and planning in your style, and implement, how do we implement masks and distance? What do we do about work scenarios, staggering schedules, and those kinds of things.
And James will
cover it all out. He'll give you a chance to talk about it amongst yourselves, kind of share what you're doing in your businesses or your organizations, and maybe get some ideas from other people along the way.
Find out more at schaeferleadership.com.
And don't keep doing this, right?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I will too. My hair looks weird.
Well, number one, I want to ask about Deb. Deb, you're not in Muncie right now. Where are you at?
Nope, I had to make a last-minute trip up here to Chicago yesterday. My daughter lives here in the South Loop, and that's where there was looting and fires and helicopters and everything.
Now it was locked down, but somehow you got in. Is that correct?
I did. I just acted like I knew what I was doing as I drove in between the dump trucks. They have the exits all closed off of the interstate, and I mean, they're blocked. You can't get through them. So I had to figure out how to go through the side streets and around, and there was just a small opening between the dump trucks, and I just acted like I knew what I was doing, right behind some police cars, and I just strolled right in.
Now tell us about your daughter's situation. She has not seen her husband for a while?
She's only seen him once since the 1st of April. He's a police officer in Evanston, and they together decided, along with a lot of his other coworkers, that it was best to move out of their families' homes because of the COVID threat. And she has an immune deficiency, so they had to make the decision that he moved out. They have met once for a socially distant picnic, and they are on Zoom constantly because they have their wedding in October. So they are planning their wedding in the same area, but on Zoom. So.
Well, tell us about your business real quick. What's happened with creative framing?
I definitely was closed up for a long time. Not was I specifically closed by legislation, but my suppliers closed. I couldn't get any materials. So there was absolutely no way for me to do any business. And it's still kind of spotty now. My suppliers are here in Illinois, close to Chicago, which besides the riots, but because of COVID, it's still shut down pretty tight up here. So they're working with a limited staff. And I tell everyone that running a business during a pandemic is very similar to the Wild West. So I tell my customers, I'm excited about you, I'm excited about your order, but I have no idea when I'll be able to get it completed. And people are kind of going with that because that kind of seems to be the new normal right now.
Krista, tell us about getting back to work.
Well, let's just say I could not wait to get my hands in some hair. So my dog had a nice pretty pink heart painted on the side of her. My son had blue and pink while we were off. So, I found ways to stay entertained. I was still teaching at the Career Center. We were doing virtual.
Oh,
So
okay.
I had to, basically I was doing PowerPoints the whole time. We didn't have anything prepared. So last minute we had to come up with things to do for the kids so they could still get their hours to graduate. And we did, but then our tests have been delayed. So like I was supposed to be able to take my test May 15th along with the kids. And we got delayed till this June 4th, this Thursday. I'm keeping my fingers crossed they do not call me today because I've been studying, and I want it done. But business here at the salon, it's been an array of emotions from clients. So basically, we are playing that trying to keep everybody comfortable game. The clients that come in that don't want to wear the mask, that don't agree that we should be wearing the mask, we're having to keep them settled, along with the far extreme of this is the only place someone has been, so they're really trusting me that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing to keep them safe. So for us, because we're used to dealing with a lot of emotions and a lot of keeping people feeling good, it's not really been as difficult as it probably has been for other businesses. But it definitely has taken really looking at the person and really deciding why they're acting the way they're acting and keeping them feeling good.
Jena, tell me about the nonprofit world. Is Habitat building any houses, remodeling, doing stuff?
Yeah, so our construction team has been able to stay busy working isolated because we had homes that were already far enough under construction that they could each go to their own site and work independently. So though it has slowed since we have not been able to have volunteers, our construction crew is continuing to keep things moving forward. So we're actually going to have a home dedication parade later on Tuesday night. So we're excited for that. And it will be very different than anything that we have done. Our restore did have to close for a period of time, but we're reopened now and we're even back to picking up donations. So that's great. We will come to your driveway and pick up things, or you can drop them off to the store. And then in my role at Habitat, working with neighborhood revitalization, we've really just engaged our resident leaders in a few different ways and been thinking, you know, how do we continue to build a sense of community among residents in this time? So they have been really creative and we've actually had a lot of fun figuring out new things that we could do. So we've kept things going just kind of in different ways than we thought we would.
Well, it's cool that you've been able to kind of shift your a little bit of not your focus, but how you're doing it and things like that.
You know, we would, like, one example is we would usually have, you know, like a neighborhood meeting and we'd have a pizza party. So instead of having a pizza party where everybody came together, we had one resident who did surprise pizza deliveries on a Friday night to some houses in the neighborhood. And it was so fun because it really, you know, filled her as well as being a great outreach to other neighbors too. So we usually do a neighborhood newsletter that residents help write. And instead of doing that traditional newsletter, we did a series of postcards that told a story about a neighbor and what they were during this time. And then also gave a resource and then an idea of something that you could be doing. So we did 3 sets of those. So just shifting so that we're still doing the thing we want to be doing, but it doesn't have to be done in the way that we've always done it.
Now, Krista, you're an extrovert. You're a very outgoing person. So tell me how it's been to be under lockdown for the past 3 months.
Well, because I was connecting with my girls on a normal basis in the salon so that I could gauge mentally where they all were. And that way I could kind of be the leader and decide, do I keep us closed to keep everybody sane and happy, or do they want to be open? And it was all over the place for a little while, but I was glad that by the time it came around to it, we were all on track. Along with that, I was seeing my kids on Zoom at the school. So I was having that interaction. And then also I put all my clients in a group by themselves called Krista's Awesome Clients. Okay. Yes. And I put them all in a group, and I use that group to basically show them my vulnerable self. I don't like everyone seeing my vulnerable self, but I thought it was important for them to know I'm dealing with the same stuff you are. So when I make decisions, I'm really making the decisions that I feel like are the best decisions. And I'm okay if not everybody agrees with them. And I will bend one way or the other to make sure everybody feels comfortable. So in that group, everybody kind of got to say what they wanted to say. They got to see me on live video, telling them I was nervous, but yet I'm strong. I got this. I can get sick. I can get well. So they got to kind of see all of that.
Now, Deb, you've been kind of quarantined by yourself.
Yes, I live alone. So, and generally I really enjoy that, but during a quarantine, it's not as nice as it is. You know, I enjoy my alone time to recharge and then go out and be very social. And when there was no outlet for that, it was really tough. I did have a friend that wasn't working and was very extreme in social distancing who has a foster son. And so we would walk. And so that was a godsend because I was, ugh. But, you know, we could walk and keep our 6 foot, and we both were very strict. I'm in the at-risk category, so I've had to be very strict about my social distancing. But yeah, living alone is not as fun as it used to be.
I would think so.
You know, my husband has been working obviously still every day. My dad and my great aunt own a family business, and my husband works in that business as well. So there have not been any down days for them. And, you know, I have 2 teenage sons. So we finished up 8th grade and 11th grade. Last Tuesday was the last day for homework to be turned in and finally finished up. So we're thankful that school is now officially out for the summer. And yeah, seeing what summer brings. My oldest son has a little job that he's doing, and he's able to do that. So that has been good for him to get out of the house, because we have a small house too. Like, so the 3 of us with each other all day, every day, that could be a lot. So not really a lot of separation. So we're glad that it's warm now and, you know, you can go outside.
You know, we've got the 16-year-old and we're like, we need things for him to do.
Yes.
That don't include just him hanging out in his room all day and playing video games. Like,
Yeah.
Go outside, do something kind of situation.
Yes. Our younger son is more like Holden, and that he is a gamer. You know, that's his thing, and how he connects to people and talks to them. So he doesn't have that desire to get out nearly as much.
Yeah.
I have to say, since the weather's been nice for the past couple of weeks, it's not as bad as it was. Like those rainy days, those were tough to get through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was
They
right.
really were.
I tell everybody that my body is solar powered. So when the sun goes away, I'm just wiped out.
Yes.
I agree. Yeah. And last week, even the kids, Holden was like, can I take Anya for a walk? I was like, yeah, sure, go for it. Since when do you two like do things together? Yes, because do you trust me? I'm like, well, I think you're 16. I think you can keep her alive. Like, you know, don't get hit by a car. I think you'll be okay.
Yes.
So,
What's one of the biggest takeaways that you'll remember about this time period?
I'll probably never go this long without wearing makeup again in my whole life. Is that a deal? Can you tell I have 0 on? Because when you wear the whole mask thing, it breaks your face out, and you know, no makeup. Life's been different, but yet it's been the same for me. Honestly, I do a little bit more cleaning extra. People got to wear masks, but really I've made it just as normal as possible for everyone. So maybe my biggest takeaway is, even through like the toughest times, I can still make things normal. I can still have fun. I can still be that place that everybody can't wait to come to, that makes them feel normal.
What the age my kids are, we're never going to have this much time together probably again. So I've tried to really appreciate that we have had this time, and then everybody in our house learning to do things differently. My husband runs the sound booth at our church, so he has learned how to record sermons and, you know, record our praise band doing this, you know, crazy socially distant way that they could still make music. So he's been learning all kinds of new things. We've been learning how to do, you know, jobs in a different way. So I think the fact that we can still learn feels really good.
Mine is different than you guys because I was so isolated. So it would be missing my family. I've got twin 4-year-old grandchildren in the Muncie area, a boy and a girl. And so not seeing them. And, I try to FaceTime with them and Owen pulls his tongue out and shows it to me. And then the next thing it's his foot. So it's terribly productive. I did get to go and see him through the glass once, but, and Sydney, our little girl, was like, why isn't Gigi coming inside? So, and then my daughter being here in, Chicago, and her being so isolated and me being home and being so isolated. So it's missing my social time with my friends and especially my time with my family.
Thank you so much for being our guest today.
Thank you for asking
Yeah.
me.
No problem.
It's good to see you guys.
So fun.
Yeah.
I like to see all your faces. Yeah.
We'll see you later.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
We're also sponsored today by A-Team Concessions.
Dun, 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 dun,
Dun, dun, dun. Jennifer Cooper Wilson is your contact over there, and she will set you up with Cardinal Corn.
Cardinal corn.
Now, what is Cardinal Corn?
Well, cardinal corn is yummy caramel corn made by 18 Concessions.
It's available at the Makers Market every Saturday from 4 until 7 or on special order through Jennifer Cooper Wilson.
Yep, you can get bulk discounts if you want to buy a whole bunch of it. And if you want to purchase some for your favorite online frontline workers, like,
How about online workers? That'd be
online
me.
workers, you want to buy some for me? No, you can get some for your favorite frontline workers and Jennifer can deliver it for you.
They've also partnered with Guardian Brewery.
Yeah, you can get your home beer delivery and cardinal corn together.
At the same time.
At the same time. Beer, cardinal corn, beer, cardinal corn.
It's an evening.
It's a match made in heaven. It's great.
Find out more by contacting Jennifer Cooper Wilson. Just call or text 765-702-7188. Again, that's 765-702-7188. So we're here at the beginning of June.
Yep.
Indiana is opening back up for the past at least couple of weeks.
Couple weeks. We're working on it.
We went out to eat
We
for
did.
your birthday.
For my birthday. It was great. We sat
Socially distant.
pretty much alone in the whole bar section, so that was nice.
Everybody had their mask on, which was great.
All the
Thank you.
servers were wearing masks, and it was very well taken care of. We were quite happy with that. We also,
Just this past weekend, we went to a socially distant birthday party.
yeah, my nephew is he turned 3. He has the same birthday as me. We're birthday buddies. But he had his 3rd birthday at my sister's house, and it was socially distant, which really means we were all outside in the backyard, but each family pod had like our own time slot. So we went from like 3:30 to 4:30. We got to hang out for an hour. We ate cupcakes and ice cream. The kids played together.
Now you like this because
did like
you
this.
didn't have to make small talk with another side of the family that you barely see.
Right, or like
at all.
my, their friends who are from,
Oh, yeah.
School or church or wherever. I don't know these people. Which, I mean, we can make small talk with anybody because that's kind of our jobs. It's what we do. But I kind of liked it because it was just us and our family and my sister and her family, and the kids ran around in the backyard. So it was kind of nice. It was an hour, so you get in, you get out, and you're done. It was nice. I like it. I think we should have more of these.
I've also noticed that high schools and graduating seniors, they had parades.
Monroe Central had a parade yesterday. I think a friend of ours, Grandpa, turned 96, 90 something. Grandpa Wayne.
Oh yeah.
And they had a little parade for him and stuff, so that was kind of cool. Jena Ashby, she talked about Habitat. They are doing instead of their normal open house ribbon cutting for a Habitat home that they're opening, they're doing a drive-by parade kind of thing. So that's interesting, different ways
So
to
a
do
lot
things.
of parades this year.
Parades,
Just
yes.
no fairs.
Apparently not, but that's right. Our cousin had a drive-by bridal shower
Yep.
this
That
weekend
was
too,
also
so that was different.
this past weekend. That was kind of nice.
Yeah, so people are finding different ways
Unique ways
to get out. And we actually, after our socially distant birthday party, it was in Fishers, so we stopped by Hamilton Town Center because it's a nice outdoor area, and we got to eat outside.
Yes.
You guys had Five Guys.
We had Five Guys.
I had Yats because I love Yats. So we had that. We got it and we brought it outside and we got to eat. So that was kind of nice. We all wore our masks, and it was the first time for Holden, our 16-year-old. He's like, how does this thing work? It was a beautiful weekend. We got to sit outside and do things a little more normal, if you can call it that, and figure out how all that goes. So, yeah. People, wear your masks.
Wear your masks.
Be safe. Still be socially distant. We need to...
And we can still have a good time.
Yeah, we can do cool things. We can talk to each other and all kinds of stuff. It'll be fun. But be safe. And be nice. Be nice. Be nice.
Be nice.
Be nice.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Gone Boss.
Be sure to check us out at goneboss.com or hashtag #GoneBoss.
We're on Instagram at GoneBoss2K, or you can find us on Facebook just by searching Gone Boss.
If you have a comment about the show or something you want to share with us, call or text 765-233-2640. That's 765-233-2640. We might just use it on the show.
Join the conversation in our Facebook group. Just search Gone Boss and hang out with us.
If you like what you hear today, be sure to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you find your podcast.
Today's episode was brought to you by our premier sponsor, Schaefer Leadership Academy. Check them out at schaeferleadership.com.
We're also brought to you by A-Team Concessions. Find out more about them by searching for them on Facebook.
Have a great rest of your day, and don't forget to tune in next week and find out who has gone boss.